Hi, I'm Kristyn Burtt for Red Carpet Report, and we are here at the 68th Annual Ace Eddie Awards. I love this movie, and I'm a figure skating fan. So, yes, I was like, we're so good with this. All right. So, how familiar were you with the whole Nancy Tonya story before you?
I remember it, yeah, sure. I remember it. I was not a skating fan per se, but I certainly watched the Olympics, and I remember her stopping skating, when she was having a problem with the laces. I couldn't believe it. I'd never seen anybody stop before, and I was like, ah. And then, of course, it was just all over the news and everything that happened. So, sure, I remember it.
It was such a fun look back, too, honestly, because looking back at some of the real footage that you guys put at the end, I was like, none of this is made up. None of it. That's amazing.
Well, we actually had that problem early on in our screenings. We'd have screenings for friends and family to see if the film was working. And people would always say afterwards, well, that can't be possible. And I got tired of saying, Google it. The bodyguard really, that's a Diane Sawyer.
Sean was crazy.
He's amazing. So, so then we realized that we really had to just put some of the real footage at the end for people to really comprehend the bird on the shoulder and all of these things. This is not artistic embellishment, it's real.
All real. What were your biggest challenges working on this film as an editor?
Oh, I would say, the general tone. It's very emotional and very tragic, violent at times, and yet also very funny. And it's quite a dance to kind of walk through that appropriately.
My husband and I, we saw it very early. We saw it in October, actually. And I walked out of there. I'm from Massachusetts, so Nancy Kerrigan's from my home turf. I've known her, and I was very surprised that I walked away with some sort of empathy towards Tonya with this. And I thought that was brilliantly done, because you're like, yes, she still was involved, but I feel empathy to what she grew up in, and then she kept on going to that same thing because it was familiar, that abuse.
Yeah, I think that is one of the most remarkable things about the film, is I think everybody who walks in is expecting a very different story, or at least a different feeling as they watch the film than they feel at the end. People come in with preconceived notions. There's a line in the film about, a lot of people think that Tonya hit Nancy herself. I did. When I first read the script, I was like, wait a minute, did she? And then I went on and it's like, no, I just remembered it wrong. And it was a long time ago, but I think the interesting thing about, media involvement and the themes that go through the film about domestic abuse, about not allowing an individual just to be herself. She was a phenomenal athlete. And if people had just understood and appreciated that without trying to change her in some way, there may have been a different outcome,
I know. I wonder if she had skated in 2018, how that would have been different. Maybe better, maybe not. We don't know.
Who knows? I mean, her childhood was tough and stuff like that. It's not to excuse anything. It's just to explain what makes up a person.
The Oscar nomination, by the way. Congratulations. What a week you've had.
Very much so, yes. Very much so.
You are representing our gender. You're the only female in the group. I know that there are tremendous female editors working in the industry. What do we need to make sure that female editors are recognized more, are working more? What do you think that little magic thing that we're missing?
I'm sure that there's not one magic thing or solution to the problem, but I think the main thing would be to think outside of the box. What one's own preconceived notion is of what an editor should look like, or a DP, or a composer, or any of these other department heads or director, what they should look like. And instead, have a conversation with them, take the time to interview and see what their response is to the script and what they can bring to it, and give people opportunities to shine. There are a lot of very good people that are more than willing to work hard or even harder than others, and they certainly have the ability.
Well, I'm glad we're celebrating you on Female Filmmakers Day. Did you know that?
I did not.
No, it's Female Filmmakers Day. If you look on social media, it's like all over the place. So
I had a moment to do that, but that's exciting.
I know. So congratulations on both this nomination and, of course, the Oscars.
It still sounds weird.
It's great. You will always have that Oscar nomination.
My sister said that to me. She said that exact thing, and I was like, ooh,
always attached to your name.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and in the comments below, let us know what your favorite movie of 2017 was.